Felicity from Get Your Rockout here with Eric from Shinedown. How are you doing today?
I'm doing so well. How are you?
Fantastic. I'm very, very well, thank you.
Great.
This is actually the last show on the Amaryllis tour. So are you ready to go home?
I am so ready to go home, man. Ready to go home and start working on riffs and melodies and lyrics for the next record.
So are you actually taking any time off, or you're just going straight into writing?
We're taking the rest of the year off. The band is. But I'm always working in the studio, writing with somebody or producing something, or I don't know how to stop. So.
And you're not really a band that knows how to rest, in all fairness. We last spoke to you guys in October last year when you toured the UK. And so give us a brief rundown of what you've been up to since then, because it's been really quite a busy year.
Yeah, we've been on tour. I mean, we took. I think when we left here last year, we actually took the rest of the year off, which we never do, which was actually really great. And I think I actually succeeded in doing next to nothing for the remainder of that year. And then we went back out and we did a great tour in the States with 3 Days Grace and POD, and then we did the Carnival of Madness tour. We did so many tours. I mean, it was just like it was unending, the touring we did last year. We managed to, Brent and Zach did some acoustic cover songs that are going to be released soon, and and there's a bunch of stuff that I'm forgetting too. But we don't know how to stop. We're always going. We're always moving. I think that we're those people that we say, like we had this conversation this morning. Like, we're going away, We're not, we're going to go rest, and I think it'll probably be about a week before we're all talking to each other on the phone and we're all bored to death, and ready to get back out and do it again. So.
Completely. And are you a band that tends to write much when you're on the road, or do you like getting together when you're actually at home and doing it that way?
We don't write anything on the road.
Really?
Yeah. I don't feel very creative on the road. I've actually got a ton of stuff that I need to finish writing that's like halfway written. That when I get out here, for some reason, I have a hard time with it. I'll lay down ideas every once in a while, but. No, we don't. I think Diamond Eyes was written on tour, and the song we did for Alice in Wonderland, her name is Alice, was written on tour, and recorded on tour, both of those. But those were sort of assignment songs. They were for movies, and you didn't really have to. You kind of knew what the subject matter was for the song, so you didn't have to dig too deep for it. But we'd rather just tour when it's time to tour, because it's very taxing and on the body and the mind and everything else. So we'd rather pour our entire selves into writing when we're off tour.
Fantastic. And I mean, the new stuff, do you have any idea what shape it's going to take? Are you going to be sticking to the same, or are you kind of pushing things a bit differently and thinking, let's mix things up a bit?
Well, we're thinking about actually making a little more of a I won't say a live record, but something that's a little more recorded with the band in the room. We did something called the Warner Sound recently. It's on YouTube, and it was us at Henson Studios, and we just kind of played live. It was just the four of us without, any bells or whistles through 4 or 5 songs, and it was like, wow, we've forgotten that, we're actually a pretty good band, and it's playing in the room together. We're actually pretty good musicians, so why not write the songs the same way we always write them, but when we go in to record it, actually, recording the basic tracks with the four of us in the room, maybe getting a vocal track that ends up being the final take, live with the band, and be building on top of that, maybe doing some with tape instead of Pro Tools, and. That's what's being discussed. We'll see what happens, but that's kind of what we're thinking. We're thinking more of a riffy rock record.
That sounds absolutely fantastic. So. I mean, you guys, you always put on an absolutely exceptional live show. You've just got that much energy with it. It'd be wonderful to see that kind of thing on record.
We're gonna try it. We're gonna see what happens with it. So I think it'll be really great. And we're also going into this record, I think, a little more at peace with ourselves and with each other than we've ever been. It was a sort of a tumultuous process on the last record, with the different personalities in the band and different situations. Brent was stopping drinking, and it was just it was a weird time. And this last record was sort of made with a lot of love, but at the same time a lot of heartache and everything else. So. I think this next record will have a much more. I think the subject matter might be a little darker.
Oh, really? Even without the.
But I think that the process and the making of it is going to have a lot more love and so.
This sounds really very exciting indeed. We'll look forward to that.
We'll see. I hope it doesn't suck.
I'm sure
it'll be fun. It'll be fun. We're not going to release it if it sucks. So.
Yeah, just pretend that actually you've just taken like 6 months off. Be like, studio? What studio? We weren't in a studio.
Yeah,
it'll be fine.
Yeah, we'll be good. It's at least for me, it's very nerve-wracking and scary to go in to start making a record when you don't really have any ideas, because it's almost like you're scared to start because you don't want it to be bad. But once we get started, once we get rolling, and you get the same thing as the last record. Once you get the first couple under your belt, then you realize, oh, you remember how to do this, and so hopefully we'll make some great timeless music. Hopefully.
I really look forward to hearing it. Last time we spoke, you were playing at the Apollo, and of course now we're here at the Arena. And your career has followed that steady progression. Do you think that with the next record you're going to be looking at actually doing the Arena headlining shows yourselves?
We'd like to. We'd love to. That's always our goal. That's our goal in the States. That's our goal overseas. That's anywhere we go. It's that steady progression. It's an honor to be playing the Arena. I mean, you've got 3 bands that are basically 3 headlining bands on a show. So I think we'd be in trouble if we couldn't play an Arena with the lineup that we've got right now. But yeah, we'd love to come over and do a proper Arena tour here. I think that would be. I mean, for us, it's always about bringing the show that we envision in our heads to the audience, and we can do that in the States. Yeah. And we haven't been able to do it here yet. So hopefully, maybe next record we can come over with the production that we like to have, and the video and the flames and all the stuff that we do in the States, and bring it to you guys, because it's really becoming our second home, our home away from home over here. So
well, we like seeing you over here.
We love being here.
No, I mean, it's the tour so far. Everything I've read about it just seems as though it's been absolutely incredible, pretty much every night. Have you been finding that it's just been, just a steady?
It's been fun, man. It's been fun. We were just coming off of about 3 weeks off, and so the first couple out of the gate, you're kind of shaking the cobwebs off a little bit, but kind of remembering, even that short amount of time, you still have to kind of remember how to do it again. But yeah, the audiences have been absolutely fantastic. So, and that's the thing. It's like people always ask, what's it like playing the Arena versus playing, an O2 or something like that. And for me personally, there really isn't a difference. It's all about the energy the crowd has. So I could play an O2 show where the crowd's just going nuts, and then you have an Arena show where the crowd's kind of docile. And if the crowd's not into it, it doesn't really matter how many people are there. So, but so far, man, it's been that energy's been there. So it's been great.
And I mean, the 3 bands are obviously quite close as bands. And so have you enjoyed doing the kind of full run with the other 2 as well?
Yeah, absolutely. We don't get to see the Alter Bridge camp too much, so we don't play with them too much in the States. So it's nice to get out with them. We see, I'll see Mark at NAMM or something, or the NAMM shows in the United States or something, every once in a while, and so we don't get to tour with them as much. So that's great. We see Miles we did a bunch of shows with Slash over the past couple of years, so we've seen him a good bit. But yeah, it's awesome. In the Hailstorm, we always call them the Hailstorm Kids. They'll always be known. They will always be known as the Hailstorm Kids to us. We've toured with them so much, and it's really great. And it always seems like we're always touring with them here, which is fun too. So
well, it obviously seems to work for everybody. So
yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
And the next few months, do you have a vague release date in mind where you're thinking actually we need the album out by then, or have you just not even started thinking that?
We have what we in an ideal world, we have what we'd like to happen, and then there's reality. So when it's ready. I think the last record we wrote, 34 songs, 35 songs. The record before that, there were like 40. We don't really put a number on it. You'll know when the record's there. You'll know when you have the songs that you need to make a fantastic record. If you write 15 songs and there are 10 to 12 songs that are fantastic, then great. We'll never stop at that, though. We'll keep going, and we'll know. We'll know when it's time. I mean, in an ideal world, it'd be great to be touring again this time next year. But it might not be ideal. Who knows? We might be January of 2015. But it won't go much past that, I don't think. I think there will be an early, I would venture to say early 2015 record release. probably in reality that's what will happen, but maybe earlier. Who knows?
Well, we'll keep our fingers crossed, eh?
Yeah.
And the acoustic covers. I mean, the range of covers that is absolutely enormous. What have fans said about that so far? Have they been really getting behind it?
Yeah, they like it. You know, I think it's awesome when you do cover songs that some of the fans get really angry about. I think that's perfect.
Internet trolls, they're fantastic.
Well, we asked the fans what they wanted to hear, and that's the thing. And so some fans said there was an Adele song that was done, and we actually have fans that are mad. We did a Clash song, and I said we, Zach and Brent did a Clash song, but they actually have fans that are like mad about that. I'm like, what are you mad about?
Seriously?
What are you mad about? How can you be mad about that? But we didn't want to go with the normal things, with the normal, what you would expect. We always like to get outside of the box. We did the same thing with the Warner Sound. We had to pick a song that was done in Henson Studios and cover it. And you think about the records that were done there. There was Appetite for Destruction, and the Black Album was done there, and you got all these legendary records that were done in that room. And we picked a Carole King cover because nobody's going to expect us to do that. So it's just fun for us to do that kind of thing. So we like to show the range of the band. I think we can kind of do many different things.
Well, anybody can cover Guns N' Roses, and it takes actually something special to be able to cover Adele in a rock scene and actually pull it off.
We hope so. We hope so.
Yeah, watch this space. So lots of touring to look forward to, hopefully within too long. But I'm guessing that you're not going to be out on the road again before this album's done now. Is this it for the touring?
This is absolutely 100%, 1,000%. Tomorrow afternoon, I will be on an airplane and headed to my home in Charleston, South Carolina, and straight to my couch.
Nice.
And then, of course, 2 days later, I'll be working again in the studio somewhere. But yeah, this is it. This is it, and we all need to. You can hear my voice now. We all need to go home and rest and recuperate and rest the muscles, and we're all getting old. I will be 39 years old tomorrow.
Seriously? Happy birthday for tomorrow. Wow, I wouldn't have put you at 39 either.
That means I'll be 40 on the next record. But that's the way it goes. Yes, and we honestly aren't. I would honestly say if we had to keep going right now, we could. None of us are really exhausted, but
it'll be nice to get home. And
it'll be nice to get home.
Not sleep on a bus.
There you go.
Space to move and
yes.
Roll over. It'll be incredible.
Yeah, even when I'm at home, I still sleep like this, like I'm on a bus.
Yeah, and then you can't sleep because you're not moving, and you're just well, what am I going to do now?
Because in the States we have generators on the bus that run constantly, like even when we're stopped. So, and so when I get home, it's so quiet, and I have a hard time sleeping because it's quiet because there's no noise. But I figure it out,
It's a glamorous life.
Yeah, my dog snores. So.
Oh, you see, there you go, perfect.
Yeah.
All you need to do is get yourself a hammock or something. Then you've got the rocking motion as well, and then you'll be fine. Battery-powered hammock. I'm sure that they exist.
Wow, you just gave me an idea.
Well, in that case,
you
maybe
sell anything to Americans.
Quite possibly. Yeah, kind of going with every stereotype we have of Americans. There.
Buy anything.
I'm going to start my own range of battery-powered hammocks just for rock stars, and you can just swing to sleep nicely.
Oh, yeah. Gasoline-powered cheese cutters, and whatever. You'll buy anything.
Tell me they don't actually exist.
They might when I get home. I might invent. Yeah.
Okay, well there we go. If you invent them, we can do a trade.
Like a chainsaw, you just start it up and just slices cheese.
It would probably actually revolutionise the restaurant industry, and you could have hit on something quite exceptional here.
No, I don't.
Well, thank you so much for having a chat. It's been an absolute pleasure. I really, really can't wait for the show. And yeah, hopefully we'll see you back here very soon.
It's gonna be a great show tonight. It's gonna be a lot of last chance to get the energy out. So it should be fun. And Manchester is always wild and crazy. So it's always on our map. So we can't wait.
Well, that's what we like to hear.
All right.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thanks.